Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Denise. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Tracks and Horizons.
We love exploring Australia, and we have a personal mantra of do what you can while you're able. So that's exactly what we're doing.
If you're planning your own big trip around Australia, or you just want to drop in and see where we are each week, we'd love to have you join us.
So put your feet up, get that cuppa, and enjoy us on this next episode.
See you soon.
Bye. Well, welcome to the first part of our Artesian Pools trip, where we left Goodooga and soon went down to Boomi in New South Wales. It was our first swim, and then via Mungandai and Dirranbandi, and we crossed back down across the border to Goodooga, a very small hamlet. After a couple of nights there, we travelled back via Dirranbandi and then up to join the Ballon Highway through to Cunnamulla, where we had a few days there. Well, this is the first stop on our Artesian Bore tour, and it's a small town called Boomi, and we're at the Boomi co-op shop and caravan park, and you can see that there's quite a few vans in there. I would say all up maybe 30 or 40 vans, which is a lot since we were here last, where there was just maybe 2 or 3. It seems like Artesian Bores seems to be the tourist du jour, I'd say, today. A lot of towns out back here are actually putting in Artesian Bores specifically for tourists to swim, etc. But yep, this is Boomi, and we're going for a dip in the pools this morning. 2 hot water pools. This one is the more cooler pool. It's just slightly lukewarm. And then this pool here, you're going to see a lot of pools coming up, and they're all the same. You see the hot water coming out from the 2 pipes there. Keeps it, it's about 40 degrees. Next stop on our tour was a small town called Goodooga, just over the border into New South Wales. Total population was 250, and I could not resist a video of their post office. Isn't that classic? Anyway, this is the Artesian Bars, which is just north of town. It's beside a free camp, which has got all the usual free camp facilities, which is a great thing for a small town. I sent up the drone and had an aerial view of Goodooga. You can see the main pool there. There's only the one pool, and that's the water tower which services the town. The weather we've had on this trip has been quite cool. In the mornings it's been getting down to even 2-3 degrees, up to a very pleasant 20 degrees during the day, blue skies. And going for a morning dip when it's less than 10 degrees and the water's nearly too hot to get into is quite an experience. It was just so much fun. This pool actually empties out into the some wetlands beside it, where there was some interesting bird life. I did see a couple of egrets, which are beautiful birds. I couldn't get any photos of some of the other native birds that were around, but yeah, that's the pool that accepts the overflow from the pool. Oh, here we are in Cunnamulla on a beautiful, cool morning, and I've just called into the information centre, and this is the Cunnamulla Fella, which was immortalised as a song by Slim Dusty. I must admit I don't know, not a Slim Dusty fan, but quite a statue. Iconic Aussie bloke.
We takes you on a journey back in time to dinosaur time. A documentary that we show about the Great Artesian Basin in a little theatre further down the building, and our art gallery on the other side.
Back in the Triassic Age, Australia was joined together with the other southern continents, including Antarctica, South America, Africa and New Zealand, in a landmass called Gondwana. Now have a look at the top right corner of Australia. Can you see how it kind of forms a natural dip? That's the area that will eventually become the Great Artesian Basin. Over the next 140 million years, huge events like ice ages in Europe and tectonic plate movements caused the ocean level to rise and fall. When the ocean levels rose, water became trapped in that natural dip and formed a sea. But when the ocean levels fell, the whole area became land again.
During this period, layer upon layer of sand settled on the seabed, eventually forming porous sandstone capable of storing enormous quantities of water. Over time, layers of clay were deposited above and below the sandstone, creating impermeable barriers that trapped the water underground. Rain falling on the elevated eastern edges of the basin slowly filters into these sandstone layers. From there, the water begins an incredibly slow journey westward, often travelling only a few metres each year. By the time it reaches the western margins of the basin, some of that water has been underground for as long as 2 million years. In places where faults or fractures reach the surface, the pressure forces this ancient water out naturally, creating artesian springs. In the far southwest of the basin, these often form remarkable mound springs, where minerals carried by the water have built small mounds over thousands of years. Other springs, such as Bitter Springs near Mataranka and Dalhousie Springs in South Australia, emerge as crystal clear pools that flow continuously year after year. These springs transformed what would otherwise be barren country into oases of life. They support rare plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth and have sustained Aboriginal peoples for countless generations. For Indigenous communities, the springs were far more than a reliable source of fresh water. They provided dependable food, supported trade routes, featured in the dreaming stories, and became places of immense cultural and spiritual significance. When European explorers ventured into inland Australia, they had no understanding of the hidden water beneath their feet. In 1818, John Oxley reached the Macquarie Marshes near present-day Bourke. He described deep circular pools of swirling water and endless boggy country that blocked his progress, forcing him to abandon his attempt to cross the continent. The idea that these mysterious waters were connected to a vast underground reservoir simply hadn't been imagined. A few years later, Charles Sturt became convinced that an inland sea lay somewhere in Australia's centre. His expeditions searched for it, famously carrying a boat in anticipation of finding open water. In a way, he wasn't entirely wrong. There was a sea, but it was hidden beneath the surface. That hidden sea finally revealed itself in 1878 when the first successful artesian bore was drilled near Burke. Fresh water surged to the surface under its own pressure, proving that an immense underground reservoir existed. It was a discovery that transformed inland Australia forever. Thousands of bores were drilled across the outback, providing reliable water for towns, sheep and cattle stations, agriculture, mining, railways, and the overland telegraph, helping open the Australian interior to settlement and development. But success came at a cost. Many early bores were allowed to flow continuously, with vast quantities of precious water spilling into open drains and evaporating. As pressure within the basin declined, governments and landholders began working together to cap uncontrolled bores and replace open drains with pipelines, conserving water and gradually restoring pressure throughout the system. Today, around 70 inland towns, along with Australia's beef, sheep and wool industries, mining operations and a thriving tourism sector, continue to depend on the Great Artesian Basin. Hidden beneath the outback, this ancient reservoir remains one of Australia's greatest natural treasures, quietly sustaining life just as it has for millions of years.
So often missing in many of these information centres is information about Aboriginal history, and it's nice to see in the Cunnamulla Information Centre this display about Aboriginal Australia. Quite a nice display. Very interesting. I'm not going to go through any details, but it's lovely to see its inclusion in the history of the region, which is dominated by pastoral and sheep and cattle. Well, here's an interesting story about the robber's tree. In 1880, Joseph Wells held up the National Bank in Cunnamulla, and they chased him into the bush and found him next to this cypress tree, took him to Toowoomba, trialled him, and he was hung in March 1880. It was the last public execution in Queensland. Things you discover.
Ilongra Station in the southwest corner of Queensland is one of the biggest sheep properties in Australia, over 1 million acres. In an average season, we run about 100,000 good-class merinos.
A little bit more history in Cunnamulla. This is the railway station. They do a 3D show that we're going to attend, and the original station was built in 1895, but it burnt down in 1934, and they rebuilt this building now since then. But the railway was an extension down from Charleville, but it's closed now, so there's no railway line servicing Cunnamulla.
This is the relaxation lounge. It's all very zen in here. The massage things. See the massage, leg massages? I don't know what they are. I'm just going to grab a cup of herbal tea, Steve.
Okay.
Through this door over here, we've got changing rooms and showers and toilets. Then outside to the springs.
Yeah.
There's 3 springs of varying 3 springs of varying heat and lovely relaxation areas. And down this end we've got an extra hot pool here, a bit lukewarm here. Over here we have the sauna and steam bath. And then around the corner the extra cold plunge pool.
Otherwise known as the Pool of Death.
And through this door there's private bathing.
Yeah, it's pretty good on the body.
This is the sauna at Cunnamulla Hot Springs. How is it going?
Lovely.
Nice and hot.
Nice and warm.
What are you looking at?
The Warrego River. Beautiful.
Wow, look at that.
Oh.
Okay, Steve's off to the cold plunge.
Why is it a kangaroo? Oh shit.
And all the way, all the way, all the way in.
Oh man, that's cold.
You got any last words? How do you do CPR again? Oh, this is 7 degrees. I know. Go.
I can't do it. Okay.
Well, thanks for watching the first episode of our Artesian adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and put in any comments. We appreciate your feedback. Next week we'll be continuing on our tour to Yulo mud baths before continuing on to some station stays where we enjoy some campfires and also some more hot tubbing. We also go to the famous Charlotte Plains Artesian bore and with some light entertainment. So we'll see you next week. Bye.